Okay. All right, there we go. Hey, everybody, this is Bradley Ben. Oh, I'm not Bradley. Hey, guys, what's up? Anam Vasquez here from Semantic Mastery. Bradley and Adam are missing today, unfortunately, because they are in San Diego, so we're pretty much taking over. We're going to be talking a lot of non-SEO related questions and stuff, so it's going to be fun. Anyways, I have the guys with me today in order. Hey, Chris, what's up? How are you doing, man?
Excellent. How are you doing?
Very good, very good. Marco, what's up?
Oh, we're having horrible weather in Costa Rica, man. Warm and sunny. You know, after this, I'm gonna go take a dip in the pool. The water in the pool will be about 80 degrees. Oh my God, how cold is that?
That sucks. All right, so, well, our guys are in San Diego. They are enjoying the Funnels conference. So if you happen to be in the area, just hit them up, and I'm sure they'll be happy to hang out and network a little bit. Also, in the announcement side of things, we have IFTTT version 2.0, IFTTT SEO Academy version 2.0, which has launched on Monday. And it has been amazing, the response that we have. It has been amazing. So if you guys want to join, I think Marco has the link over there. And we're running a launch-only discount that's going to be going down on Monday. Okay, guys? And then it's gonna go up in the price. So have that in mind. If you want to jump in IFTTT SEO Academy version 2.0, do it today, do it now, do not wait, because then life happens and you lost the link, and you know what happens, and then the price goes up, etc.
I dropped the link in there, man. I dropped the link in there for everyone.
Okay, that's cool, that's cool. So if we don't have any other... Look who's here! Look who's here! Hey Adam, what's up? Hey Adam, can you hear us? I don't know if he can. Well, he's on the. He looks to be on the phone. All right. I don't know if you Adam can hear us. Just post on the event, man, because we cannot hear you. So what do you guys think if we start on the questions? And I think we can do that, right?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Okay, let's hit it. So let me share my screen real quick. And I think I'm sharing my screen right now. So I'm going to click over here. All right, so we have a couple of good questions today. Really good questions, actually. And we'll start with Bob right here. And he's asking, hey, my Semantic Mastery brothers and sisters, hope you are well. A couple of questions for you. In your opinion, is the rank and rent business model still a great way to get free of the 9-to-5? A, any twists or variations to this business model that you care to share? 2, is selling optimization services to local businesses such as building IFTTT Academy model works a viable business model? I have my city SEO site that I'm ranking a lot of low to medium competition keywords as my sales leverage. I'm wondering what your thoughts and any tips that you may have on these items. I look forward to all of this group has to offer, and I'm grateful for all that you share and teach. Thanks so much. Okay, so first off, is the rank and rent business model still a great way to get free of the 9-to-5? Yes. A couple of add-ons to that or variations could be, renting individual pages, renting space, like actual banners. If you have a rank website, you can have, you can be sharing some insightful information on the website and rent, you can rent banners, those kind of things. But yeah, it's still a great way to get free of the 9-to-5. I think, and this is my opinion, I don't know what you guys think, but it's more of volume, because if you have like 1 or 2 websites that they are giving you like $200 or $300 each, I don't know how that will pan out, but if you have a bunch of them, that may be the case to free yourself from the 9-to-5. So what do you guys think? Hey, I think we have the guys with us. can you guys hear us?
Yeah, but they're
You're muted.
they have back feed and they're echoing, but they're here.
Oh, you have to unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay.
There we go.
Can you guys hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, Adam and I are in San Diego. Rocking the beer. I've already drank mine. So we're not going to be able to attend today, but we just wanted to stop in and say what's up.
So what's up? Yeah, Russell Brunson's chilling in the corner. We're trying not to bother him, but it's a nice day here in San Diego.
There's like 1,000 people here for the funnel hacking event in San Diego, which actually is a bit cold. I didn't expect it to be so cold here, but it's going to be a good event. So next week we'll come back and we'll talk all about like what we've learned and share that with you guys. So Marco, Hernan, and Chris, you guys are going to handle the Hump Day Hangouts today, and go kick some ass, man.
Amen.
All right.
Do it.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
All right, guys.
Right.
We'll see you.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
In San Diego, man.
All right. So we have the guys really there. So that was
All right.
super, super cool. All right. So
Getting
let's go back to
Ronald,
this.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? I mean, I was about to say that when it comes to the rank and rent business model, if you have like a couple of websites giving you maybe $200, $300 a month, that's not going to cut it. So in my opinion, the rank and rent business works basically if you have a volume of websites, or if you go for the high competition niche or the high-end niches, you know, like for example, dentists or aesthetic medicine, you know, those kind of tickets or products or services that are high-ticket products. I think that you can actually earn more per website ranked, and then you can, you know, escape, get free from the 9 to 5 easier. So what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And since he asked for twists, there are actually some twists and variations to the business model. For example, what Bradley did was JV with a video production company, and he does the SEO and the ranking. The production company grabs the clients, and he just gets a share for his work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a great business model. Another twist on the business model would be once you get really proficient at ranking, Bob, whether it's websites, YouTube videos, or any combination thereof, just JV with someone who is really good at sales and can go and reach out to the local area businessmen and people who are actually looking for these services, and the salesman would take care of the approach and the sale while you're doing what you do best, which would be ranking the websites.
Yeah, partnering up with a salesperson that usually kills it, because it will give you leverage, Bob. I mean, it will give you, you know, the ability to leverage your time. Now, part two of the question is, it's selling optimization services to local businesses, such as building your IFTTT Academy model works. Yes, and it works beautifully, Bob. We had a student that sold an entire, I think it was a 3-tier network for a realtor for $1,900. That is $1,900 and something dollars. Okay, that's on the sales page. If you guys go to IFTTTSEO.com, we had his permission to actually show the check that he was getting, you know. And Bradley mentioned, and we had a great webinar on Monday, and he mentioned that he was selling each tier 1 network for around $600, all right? And, you know, we get it when you have a team in place and when you have some VAs doing it, or hell, even, you know, if you purchase them from us, you can get a tier 1 network for $60 and you can resell that for $600, okay? Just do the math. That's a huge ROI. And even, you know, if you get like half of it, it's a huge, huge ROI. So, you know, if you can sell that, I mean, if you can sell tier networks to your clients, that's a business model on itself. All right, that's a business model on itself. So those are the best two ways that I would found. If you're making rank and rent business, you can attach IFTTT keywords to IFTTT networks to them, and then selling the IFTTT networks to your clients as well. I think that's gonna make you a decent amount of money. And then as long as you can scale and outsource, which are two business models that are completely outsourced and scalable, you can totally kill it. So
I think that even hold on a second. If he even adds curation to the mix, right, where he does content curation, not him of course, but hire someone who will do the content curation, so that you sell a full service. Not only will you sell the network, but you sell the content curation. I mean, you just hooked up two services that people would be dying to pay you for, because they don't want to do it. Not only do they not want to do it, most local businesses can't figure out how to do it. So there's just a ton of ways that you can monetize this, and a ton of ways that we're monetizing it, Bob. We're just giving you some of the ideas. I mean, for more ideas, I don't know if you're in the masterclass or the mastermind, but I suggest that if you're this advanced already where you're ranking, it's time to think about joining the masterclass and learning how to scale your business so that you can offer all these different services.
Yep, definitely. So we have a question from Greg. Greg says, hey guys, I have two questions. One, I understand content and anchor text when linking to a website. However, I'm a brand new to citation and linking to citations. In backlinks to Yelp or Yellow Page citation, what content and what anchor text is used? I assume you don't write, hey, look at this great Yelp I found. So what anchor text and inside of what content do you use? I really have no idea what to write as the content. Can you guys give me a few short examples or a few sentences you would actually write as links to citations? Yeah, Greg, great questions. Well, let's start with this one. Citations, Greg, they are, if you are anything knowledgeable when it comes to tier 1 linking, citations, they are great tier 1 linking. And when it comes to citation, what we usually do is to grab, for example, FCS Networker, some PBN links, those lesser, more spammy looking PBNs, or some SAPE, and pointing them to those citations, for example, Yellow Pages or Yelp, okay? And what we usually do is to use branded or anchor text, okay, as URL. So you have the URL and you have the branded anchor text. So basically, that would be my suggestions when it comes to linking to citations. I mean, what you would do instead of doing, hey, look at this great Yelp I found, since those are branded networks, branded properties, you can use the URL. Okay, like keep reading on yelp.com/your client domain. That usually works really well, and that's pretty much all that we are doing, like generic URL and maybe some branded. So there you have it.
Hey, if I can just add a little bit of this, because he actually wants to know the anchor text that he should use. I mean, just follow what the big guys do, man. Because what they say is, see the rest of our social media, or the name of the website on social media. Visit the rest of our social. See what our clients have to say about us. Look at our reviews. I mean, there's a ton of things that you could do to push anchor text that's not keyword rich. I mean, you could do it to these, but you don't want to get too carried away with it. So use it in that context when you're pushing, say, a Yelp listing. Hey, this is what our clients have to say about us, supposing that you have some reviews.
Yep, definitely. Number two, for the IFTTT networks in a branded network, is there anything wrong with adding a few more blogs such as webs.com, tripod.lycos.com, yola.com, or bravenet.com to our networks? I know I will need to manually add the content, including attribution links, etc., so it will take a little extra work. Some of these blogs have a very high DA, so wouldn't it be a good thing to add a few more if we have time, or could that be adding too many? is there any dangers in adding more blogs to a branded network? Greg, as long as you're keeping them really high quality and branded, you should be fine. Now, you know, we are big advocates of IFTTT, and we know for a fact that, for example, IFTTT, for now, it cannot post to webs.com, for example, when it could. You know, if we can figure it out, or if we can figure out how to post to yola.com, we will definitely update the V2 training. But for the time being, you can also try some other automation, like Zapier, and maybe Marco can chime into this, like Deliver It, or even a plugin that's called Social Network Auto Poster, Snap. Okay, it's a free plugin, and most of the cases you will be able to post to these additional Web 2.0s as long as you keep them branded.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that if it's branded and if he's willing to put in the extra work with proper attribution, not only could he add these blogs to his network, but he could drop an IFTTT ring around that. I mean, he could make it persona based, go the extra mile since he's already doing it, and add the extra RSS feeds, which is in the advanced portion, right, of IFTTT 2.0. We show how to add other RSS sources, so that you're not only adding your blog post, but you're bringing in other sources that would complement whatever it is that you're doing in all these different platforms. So I think that it would be a perfect complement to whatever you're doing.
Yeah, definitely, and that's kind of, you know, we have talked about Web 2.0 networks in the past. Like if you can find actual Webs 2.0, webs.com, or, you know, yola.com, bravenet.com with page and with some, you know, trust flow in them, you know, I think it makes a lot of sense to actually go out there and re-register them and use them as secondary websites. You know, if you, as Marco was saying, if you can brand them and make put a persona in them, they can become, you know, private blog networks like PBNs, but they would be like Web 2.0 networks, okay? And they can be really, really powerful. Jenny asks, hey Jenny, afternoon gentlemen, Hernan, Chris, and Marco. I'm sure Bradley and Adam are enjoying their San Diego sun and Bruce by now. Well, that's the case. Real quick, what are the difference in IFTTT version 1.0 and IFTTT version 2.0? And why it's a monthly subscription suddenly? Well, that's a great question, and we had it a couple of times, and we actually made a list of stuff that it's different between V1 and V2. Not right now because we are in the middle of the launch, and you know the guys are traveling and I'm traveling as well. But you know, as soon as we can, we're gonna put a what's new section on the training. So that's something that we have pending to do. But in the meantime, we have done it a monthly subscription because anybody doing IFTTT syndication networks know that there are a ton of moving parts to each of those networks, not only on the IFTTT side of things, but because of all of the different Web 2.0s and social properties that we are using in that strategy. So, you know, keeping up to the updates, it's a really important part, so we make sure that the IFTTT networks, they are still working. Not only that, we added a bunch of different training. Do you have the list that we put together over there, Marco, somewhere?
No, actually, what I have is an answer of why it's a monthly subscription in the knowledge base. I dropped the URL in there, and you know, if you take the time out to read it, and you'll see why. Because it consumes resources, and there has to be a way for us to recuperate the investment that we've made into all of these resources. We're providing a Facebook group, we're providing webinars, we're providing different platforms, we're providing just all of these different services that go along. You don't just get the training, right? You get just a ton of different things that accompany it that will make life a whole lot easier. And it's just something that you know, the price, we just couldn't hold it because we have expenses that go along with it. But you know, take time to read the article, and you'll see. Now, as far as the differences, what what we've been looking at, and what I've been looking at especially, as you know, is the Google algorithm. And we've been looking at how to positively trigger the algorithm. All you hear about is the negative, right? Panda and penguin. Oh my God, you're gonna get hit. Hide under the bed. You know, grab the children, run, because panda and penguin are coming. 5.0, 6.20, whatever it's going to be. But you never hear anyone talking about how to trigger the positive side of the algorithm. And a great difference, and one of the things that we figured out is, number one, how to trigger trust and authority through IFTTT, through OAuth, right? We're doing authorization directly. We're telling Google, hey, look at us. This is us. This is our footprint. It's okay because we're branded. This is our company. We're doing exactly the same thing that you're doing. Look at us. Not only that, you're triggering the sections of the algorithm that deal with co-occurrence, right? You're influencing ranking score. You're influencing trust rank. You're influencing the distance graph. You're influencing the freshness factor. And you can influence seasonal. So all of these things put together make for just something that is going to kill over time. You're not going to rank anymore like we used to in 2, 3, 4 days with IFTTT and blog posts. It takes a little bit longer because of the Google Ads and various other factors that go into this. But the main point is you now have a way to positively trigger the sections of the algorithm that are going to give you plenty of love, man.
Yeah, that's a beautiful description. So that's basically why we're turning that into a monthly subscription, and we can easily say that this is a brand new product. I mean, we have totally updated the training. So do not be deceived by the V1 or the V2. These are completely different products, and that's why we decided to go for monthly. So, Christina, hey Christina, she joined the V2 community, so welcome, congratulations. Hey all, I'm new to the community and SEO. While I do think I'll be looking to use the system for local in the future, for now I'm looking to get my content more visible to grow my personal online marketing coaching and affiliate biz. So, I'll be setting up a persona network. Okay. I'd like to be ranking YouTube videos as well as my blog. Can both be done with a single tier, or am I going to need multi-tier networks? Okay, so first off, Christina, if you are growing your own personal online marketing coaching and your affiliate business, I don't know, because not many people feel comfortable about this, but you can use your own name. I mean, you can use your own your own profiles. I'm not meaning that you should go out and syndicate to your own Facebook profile, not at all. But for example, the brand could be Christina Irving. Okay, that's an option, and you need to have that in mind when you're growing your personal online marketing coaching, because people will actually want to work with you one-on-one or be coached by you, etc. So personas, we usually set up personas when we are, when we are diving in niches that they are like far away that we are doing like now. For example, if you want to go for local contractors or local tree companies, as Bradley is doing, in those cases, personas do work, okay, because it separates you from that niche. Now, when it comes to actually setting up your own brand, I think that it would be a good idea to actually use your own name to do whatever profile you want to do. Again, you want to do this with a completely, if you have a Twitter profile and you're active in Twitter and you're posting personal stuff, you need to open a new Twitter account for this. You need to open a Facebook page. You need to open a Google Plus page. So it's just that we are on the same page. Now, regarding rankings, I mean, there's two different things here: YouTube and a blog. We do not usually. I mean, you could go ahead with a tier network for both of them, but the thing is that we do not. We usually advise, to be careful when it comes to actually setting up a tier network for a blog. Now, what you can do, however, is to trigger a tier network with your YouTube channel, which is fine, and we advise that you do that because of the embeds and the backlinks, etc. But you use a single tier network with your blog. Does it make sense? Did that make myself clear, guys? I don't know if it was clear enough.
No, it made perfect sense. And yeah, I wouldn't advise to set up a persona network if you're doing consultation business, because someone will eventually want to talk to that persona and get coaching or consultation from that persona, and that persona isn't available, and it'll be you. So it's much better to just do Christina Irvin marketing consultant than some persona that doesn't exist. So brand yourself as a consultant. Definitely build your network. Start doing your IFTTT syndication, your YouTubes to a tiered network. They can be one and the same. You just need more work for the blog, right? Because you have to do the advanced portion for the feeds to get that correct. But since you're just starting out, Christina, I would advise you to stay away from that. You can get into a lot of trouble and have a negative effect that you don't want. If you're just starting out, just brand yourself, do the tier 1, get the word out, what it is that you're doing, get the local word out, and it's going to start ranking over time, your IFTTT network. In the meantime, you can do a separate tiered network for your videos, and you can do your videos so that they'll start ranking also, giving people advice. I mean, look at what we do with Semantic Mastery on Hump Days. This video is going to be posted on YouTube for free. I mean, that's one of the ways that we found that we can actually help people and actually get the Semantic Mastery brand known.
Yeah, definitely. So if you have any further question, Christina, feel free to post it on the Facebook group. Okay, that's why it's there for. So David, hey David, he has several questions. One, would you use proxies if you were gonna create a lead gen site in another state or city? 2, does Google PageRank matter as far as buying high PR tumblers for IFTTT networks? 3, what do you value more, most DA, PA, or just majestic trust flow and citation? Okay, so would you use proxies if you were gonna to create a lead gen site in another state or city? Personally, David, I wouldn't. To create the website, to create the website itself, I wouldn't use proxies. You can. That's not something that I usually do, and because usually when you are, when you're creating a website, you have a ton of stuff going on in the back end, and usually Google doesn't actually, access to that until you are openly saying, hey, come and index me, and see what's going on. So that's why I wouldn't use a proxy. I mean, I think it's extra work. Now, when you're creating personas, here's the deal. You could be using proxies when you're creating, for example, personas or IFTTT networks, and I think that would be a good idea. But for the creation of the lead gen site itself, I don't think it's necessary. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't even bother, man. If he's going to another state or city and he can get a verified map, I mean, that would be the key. I wouldn't even bother with the proxies. Can you get a verified map? Because if you can, then you're already way ahead of the game, and you can build it around that. And that automatically, when you verify that listing, it automatically establishes some trust and authority, which you can build around.
Right. Does Google PageRank matter as far as buying high PR tumblers for IFTTT networks? Well, David, there are a couple of first off, the official version is that public PR, that is not being updated anymore. However, I've seen, for example, Terry Kyle, and he's an SEO that I really trust because he will study things in depth, and he will tell you his finding. He has been seeing fluctuations on the public PR. Okay, so I'm not saying that's something that that PR is coming back, but that's what he's saying, and he's openly saying that PR still matters. Now, however, we are ranking and we are focusing mostly on some other metrics, and this has to do with the third question: what do you value more, most DA, PR, Majestic, Trust Flow, Citation Flow. Now here's the deal. We have found that most DA, PA, and Citation Flow, they are easily manipulated. Trust flow is as well, but you need to, you need to do more than just, mass of links. So if you are buying tumblers or PBNs or whatever you're trying to buy, I would rather focus on trust flow and topical trust flow. And I think this is a good question for Marco as well.
Yeah, the key to all of this is actually topical trust flow. If you can get something that's relevant and related to whatever it is that he's doing, even though it might have less trust flow, you're actually getting better links that have relevancy, links that are related to whatever it is that he's doing, and those links will actually carry way more power than if he were to get a high trust flow, let's say Tumblr account that had nothing to do with whatever it is that his niche is in. Having said that, now if you can get something that's trust flow 60, 70, which is almost impossible to do, but if you can get that, then it won't matter. Okay, there's a point where the power trumps whatever anything else is.
Okay, that's pretty clear, David. Slavin Ilya, which has been on fire, he dropped a bunch of questions, so let's keep hammering them. You keep harping on multi-tier networks for YouTube syndication. Please explain why this process works. So far, I get that it gives different times for the posting because it takes a while to cascade through the networks. Otherwise, I don't see why not to just have dozens, if not hundreds of tier 1 networks for YouTube syndication. Is there a link built back to tier 1, Blogger, Tumblr, WordPress 2, and tier 2 links? It is a multiple tier thing for indexing purposes, making the links findable by Google. Okay, so what we have been preaching, Slavin, is that you can actually have multi-tier networks, but for YouTube in particular, you can stack, as you are correctly saying, you can stack networks upon networks upon networks. Okay, so you can have dozens or hundreds of tier 1 networks for YouTube syndication, because what matters when it comes to YouTube syndication, in my opinion, are basically two things: that you have a properly optimized YouTube channel, and you can get YouTube Academy for that. It's $7, and Bradley goes in great detail on how to optimize a YouTube channel. And number 2 is embeds. All right. So the more embeds that you get, the better. And not only the more embeds that you get, but embeds that you get on relevant and powerful domains. So, for example, on your multi-tier networks, what you will be doing is to post not only, on the tier 2, not only you will be posting your own videos, but videos from other people. That's also shared on the advanced section of V2. Videos from other people, like different blogs, news, etc., from different sources. What this does is to add some variation to the tier 2 networks. So that's why I think multi-tier networks are really, really good, and that's something that you should be applying. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be stacking tier 1 upon tier 1, because what matters again is embeds and a correctly optimized YouTube channel. I don't know what you guys think about this.
No, I think that's a perfect answer, man.
All right, let's keep moving. Slavin says, my blog has mouse spam score of 8/17, and it's saying that 56 of websites gets punished for this, as Moz says when you click on the toolbar link. Is this 100% that my blog will be punished? Could it be of the syndication of my blog post? Of the syndication of my blog post. You mentioned that these magical bursts of Google can also even hurt the video from too many links. However, you said you can throw the kitchen sink at them. It seems like a contradiction. Okay, Slavin, so, and this is my experience. Moz spam score, the guys at Moz, sorry, they are making a great job, but it's not a viable metric as of yet, and I'm going to tell you why. I put it on the Moz site explorer or website that was pristine. It was beautiful. A tier 1, I mean, a money site that was beautiful, tons of authority backlinks. You know, it was beautiful. And it came back with an 8 over 12 on 8 out of 10 or something like that. Then I put it one of my nastiest, you know, Web 2.0s that you can imagine. The ones that I have been building, I don't know, 500,000 backlinks and trackbacks and those kind of things. And it came back with 1 out of 17 or 1 out of 12 because they keep adding different things to the algorithm. So I wouldn't entirely trust on that metric as of yet. I'm not demeaning in the future, but I wouldn't trust entirely on that metric as of yet. And please remember, Slovene, that these are metrics, all right? And being metrics, they have their own algorithms, and you know we are relying so heavily on trust flow and topical trust flow because it is what resembles the most to PageRank and topical and topical PageRank. Okay. So, but most spam score, I don't think it's a mature metric as of yet. That's my opinion, anyways.
Yeah, I would agree 100% with that. It needs work. What I would do though is if you're getting that, I would just go take a look at the link profile, man, and see if there's any links that can actually hurt you. Go take a look at your on-page and off-page SEO. I mean, go take a close look at the website and just make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. As long as you do, and you're doing the job of syndication, proper attribution, doing it on a regular basis, you are doing nothing different than what everybody else is doing, so there's no reason to expect that your site will be punished for whatever it is that you're doing. As long as you stay within the terms of service, there's no reason for it.
All right, so he also asks, you mentioned that these magical bursts of Google can also even hurt a video from too many links. However, you said you can throw the kitchen sink at them. Now, here's the deal, Slovene. YouTube, you know, Google loves Google, and YouTube happens to be a Google property. So you can get away with much more, and you can be much more aggressive with YouTube than you could possibly be with a website. You have to have that in mind. Now, you know, you could, back in, I would say, you know, a couple of months ago, you could hammer and blast and spam a YouTube video to the top. Now it's not the case anymore. You know, like Google has equalized that a little bit. What you can do, however, is to, for example, embed a video and spam the embed, those kind of things. You know, those are kind of more advanced techniques that we teach in the mastermind. So I would leave that out of this Hump Daaaaaay Hangout for now. But just know that, you know, you can get away with much more. That would be my point. You can get away with much more when it comes to YouTube than when it comes to regular websites. All right, so Bradley says, I'd like to know why the hell Bradley and Adam aren't attending today. LOL, I will +1 that. And, you know, you saw those guys. They were slacking in San Diego. So, Slovene asks again, so let's say that you have a high PA of 20 plus on a WordPress, Tumblr, Blogger, and other accounts. How does this transfer authority, whether PA or DA, and is there a way to measure? Are the items posted on the first page of the blog roll getting the most juice, but as the blog paginates and it goes to page 2, do those links lose juice from them? I think that you are paying too much attention to PA and DA, to be honest, Loving. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that it's not the metric that we focus on most, because again, these can be highly, you know, I can blast a WordPress site that has, I don't know, perfect DA. It has 100 DA or something like that, and I can blast a WordPress site and I can get it to page authority of 60 in a matter of 15 days or something like that. And you know, it will take, of course, it will take, you know, months updating the database, etc. So I wouldn't focus those metric much. However, you know, this transfer authority, you know, the theory says that the higher the PA, the higher the authority that it's transferred. What you can check is when Moz updates its database, you know, which is furthest and furthest apart right now, and once it's update its database, you can check how much of that DA and PA is getting transferred to your website, because again, this is a Moz metric, and you need to rely on Moz to figure that out. Okay, so we have Slovin again saying, I'm using the Semantic WP 2014.
Hang on.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Marco.
He asked about pagination, but if he's doing proper attribution and proper linking, whenever he syndicates a blog post, that blog post is going to carry a link back to the blog itself. So once it paginates, it's still going to carry all of those links back to that blog. So there's no reason why you will lose some, since it's not being on the front page, but it won't lose much, because you're going to have your interlinking is going to be proper, your silo structure is going to be proper, so all of that juice will carry throughout the website properly, as long as you have, again, all of your ducks in a row. So there's no reason that you should lose all that much through pagination.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. You know, the days of, I mean, they work. PBNs, they work, they still work, but the days that you should have all of your PBN links on the home page, and watch the OBL, the outbound links, because that will make the PBN less strong, and those kind of things. I honestly think that those days are kind of gone, because if OBL, for example, if outbound links were such a factor, we have been testing a lot, dropping authority outbound links in our posts, and it actually affects positively the metrics of the current website. So let me explain. If you have a PBN and you link out to a higher trust flow, a higher trust flow website, some of that trust flow gets transferred back to you. Okay, so some of that authority is transferred back to you because it makes sense. Okay, you're making you're making Google's job easier by actually helping the spiders indexing the web. Okay, so that should be your work as an SEO, basically. So, all right. So using the Semantic WP 2014 child theme, Search Console says that under structured data I have 463 items with 201 items with error on 193 pages. Says missing author and missing updated parameters. Does this hurt my search standing? How do I input author into all of these and fix these two minor issues easily and quickly, or automatically and cheaply as well? So I would say try with SEO by Yoast Slovin, because Semantic WP tile theme, it's really good, but you can add some more structured data to it. Usually, and it will definitely depend on that theme, but usually SEO by Yoast will add the author and the updated parameters that you are missing. You can go that route, or you can go the not so easily, or well, unless you know how to code, but you will need to code that yourself. Okay, but usually Yoast, unless you guys have another option, usually Yoast will perform just as fine for that. Okay, so let's go with Dean. Dean Signori. Hey Dean, hi guys. Topic Scrapebox. I bought a couple of years back when I was trying to sponsor tutors to save a little money and outsourcing. Kind of overwhelmed me a bit and ended up just using it to sort a large amount of URL backlinks when trying to make a comprehensive disavow list of a plugin hit sites. Anyway, I stopped using and when realized needed proxies as well, etc. Have you guys ever used it, and does it have any purpose for any level of SEO anymore? It's gathering digital dust. Dean, I really like Scrapebox. I hardly use it as the original purpose, which was to spam tier 2s with comments. I could make some tests and run some tests once in a while when trying to see what happens when I spam something, but that's definitely not the case. However, Scrapebox is a great overall tool. I mean, it will help you, it will help you finding expired tumblers, for example, or Weebly's. It will help you, going through large amounts of URL data. It will help you generating RSS out of links and submitting those through RSS. I mean, it's probably not the the original function, I should say, of Scrapebox, but it's really, really good. I mean, I like it because it's really versatile. I don't know if you guys use it anymore. For backlinks, I definitely use GSA. I mean, that's my weapon of choice for backlinks, not Scrapebox. I think GSA makes a great job when it comes to actually building links. But for everything else, I mean, it's a really versatile tool. It's kind of a multi-tool, a Victorinox kind of tool. So, Dean, he's saying, Video Powerhouse, how many credits a month does the $100 get you? Thanks. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Dean, I think it's 100 submissions, right, guys? Can you guys confirm this? I think it's 100 submissions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that $100 gets him 100 video submissions.
Right. So yeah, it will get you 100 submissions. Just to be sure, Dean, if you can hit support@semanticmastery.com, just to be completely sure. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. So Greg says, "Can I?" Yeah, sorry.
What I'm going to do for Dean is I'm going to drop the link to Video Powerhouse.
Amazing.
And you know, just go take a look. I mean, I'm not sure. I should know, but I am not really sure. So just to be on the safe side, go take a look at the website, go through it, and just see what you get. Or if everything else fails, just send a ticket to support@semanticmastery.com, and we'll straighten it out.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So Greg, he's asking, can citations such Yellow Pages, Hot Frog, blah blah blah, Yelp be used for national-based websites, not local? For example, a website that sells and reviews treadmills. Can citations in general directories be used for this? How much benefits or link power does citation provides to a national website, non-local? Thanks. Well, Greg, you know what's funny is that I have ranked, or I have used citations like local citations for the US for non-US based websites. And they work really well because besides the citation that you get, most of the cases you will also get a backlink, you know, and these are really, really high powerful backlinks. So I would say that you go ahead and use it. If it is national based, they should have some sort of headquarters, use that. But you know, I have used that for general e-commerce sites that they were national based, even for non-US websites on foreign niches. I have used citations, something like Loganics, for example. The guys at Loganics, they will tell you the same. You know, they will tell you that it will work for non-local or for even foreign niches. Okay, so go ahead and test it out because it has worked really, really well for me in the past. Because again, they are tier 1 links. Okay, so you want to get as many as possible. Okay, so D. Badwall, he says, a few days ago you mentioned that PBN model is dying soon. Would you please explain this topic in detail? Yeah, sure, D. I think that Marco made a great blog post on semanticmastery.com explaining this. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of a hard topic to discuss in a Hump Day hangout. So I would tell you that you go there. I don't know if you have the link handy of your blog post, Mark, over there, but I will tell you that you go there and give it a look because it's really, really in-depth and it's really, really good.
Yeah, I've already added the link, man. So you can go take a look, read it, and he'll see why the distance graph, actually, the distance graph section of the algorithm is what's going to kill PBNs. Unless, of course, you're in IFTTT 2.0 and everything else that Semantic Mastery teaches, which will teach you. We'll teach you how to keep those alive and prospering well into the teens and beyond.
Right. Bob, thanks for the awesome tips and insights. Very excited to be pursuing the business and have to be certainty that comes with of your expertise. Great, Bob. Please do keep us updated, okay? keep us updated, the guys, and I would love to know actually how it goes. Okay, so go ahead. Ryan, when I'm creating a tier 1 blogger for a money site, is it best to use brandname.blogpost.com, or can you put keywords in the search as keyword.blogpost.com? If I use the IFTTT to Google Sheet, and I'm wondering if I can over-optimize if I'm posting URLs over and over that contain money keywords. Yeah, Ryan, I would definitely go for the branded route. You know, this applies for Blogspot and it's for whatever branded IFTTT, tier 1 IFTTT networks or properties that you're using. I would rather go for the brand, and this has many, many uses that we have discussed in the past. Like, for example, you're not pigeonholing yourself. I mean, you're not over-optimizing. You're creating brand authority. That brand will feed into the knowledge graph. So when people are actually searching for your brand name, you will blanket the first page of Google. Okay, and this applies for general brands or personal brands, companies. So I would definitely go the brand name. I don't know what you guys think.
No, yeah, absolutely. And here's just a little tidbit that I'm going to share that's killing it right now. You do the brand, right? That is going to give you an awesome backlink profile because it's not really hyper targeting keywords. But then what you do is you go and buy that one really powerful PBN, right? And you drop your IFTTT network around and make it all themed, make sure that it's relevant. And then when you aim that link, that one can be an exact match keyword. And then you're going to power up, and anything that you aim that PBN link at is going to be powered up so much more, but by laying down the groundwork, man. So think of it in those terms: brand, and then you hit with that one keyword term that's just going to just shoot it wherever you want it to go. Yeah.
That's an amazing tip, by the way, Ryan. That's why we use, for example, press releases. That's exactly the case. Not only because of the traffic and the trust, but also because it's kind of pillowing your anchor text. Okay, so you will get a ton of branded, a ton of URL links, and then you just need a couple of hits in the head. With the way Marco was saying, with the exact match to kill it. All right, so that's a great way to approach link building right now. Dean says, which is the best place to find reasonably priced writers for tier 1 good quality and spam articles? I currently have a few different orders at Source Market, and the first one to come back is just spam garbage. Advertises manually written. Seems very Fiverr-like. Hopefully the other 2 writers are better. Yeah, Dean, that's usually the case. I'm not entirely sure about Source Market, but that's usually the case with Fiverr. There's no way you can get a good writer for $4 or whatever. On the masterclass, we teach how to hire outsourcers. The way we go after this is usually, if this is eventual, like if this is you need a one-off or a couple of articles and that's it, I would suggest that you go to Upwork.com and you post a job over there and you will have a ton of different applications and applicants, ranging from different, like the most. You will have a ton of ideas and different prices and budgets over there depending on your needs. If this is more like an ongoing kind of job, I would suggest that you go ahead and once you find the writer that you really like, the style, those kind of things, you keep it close to your heart and you pay probably a bit more, and you keep ordering up until the time that at some point, it makes sense that you just hire him and pay him a salary or a full-time salary or something like that. But that's kind of a progression. And have in mind also, Dean, that you can use curation, and that will, people can be trained in curation really, really quick. Curation Mastery shows how to do this, how to train curators, what kind of, tools to use, etc. And that can be, guys, a great source of tier 1, good quality, unspun articles for half or even 1/3 of the cost. okay? Because curators are usually much cheaper, and they can crank out articles much faster than usually, you know, if you have somebody writing 500, 700 words or something like that. So I would suggest that you use those kind of deals. Marco, what do you think?
No, absolutely. And once you find a great curator or a great writer, just make sure you pay, because they're going to be well worth your time.
Yep, definitely. This applies, of course. Well, you're talking about tier 1, and tier 1 can definitely be curation. Okay, you can totally use curation. In fact, that's exactly what we're doing with IFTTT, guys. We're syndicating out. It's kind of a curation, okay, an automatic curation, because we are leaving a link back as an attribution source. Okay, so Nick is saying that IFTTT, that semantic mastery.
By the way, we
down?
only have time for a couple of questions. No, it's up. The other link that I posted is up, semanticmastery.com/v2.
Okay.
Semanticmastery.com v2. I posted it. You can access it and you can click on it. It's working.
Amazing. Thanks, Nick.
And we have time for a couple more questions.
Yeah, for one more question, right? Yeah, or a couple.
A few more. I'll keep you posted.
Okay. All right. So Dean says, regarding crowd search, what is the process for a user to see your properties via the interface? What does it look like on the analytic referrals? I realize things have developed a lot since years back, but in the days of You Like Hits and the like, sounds a lot like crowd search, except those older versions left referral footprints due to the iframes, etc. appearing on carousels of You Like Hits for users to like for credits to have their own page like. Okay, so the way I see crowd search, Dean, is that they are micro workers. Okay, they are not the kind of bots that you could actually abuse the system like You Like Hits or Add Me Fast or those kind of things. The way I look at crowd search is that they are micro workers. Okay, so they will log in, they will manually log in. There's a person, there's an actual, you know, flesh and bone person actually looking for your website. So they will jump behind a proxy, an IP that you tell them, because right now they are offering localized searches, and that's how it's working. Okay, so it's not kind of the same. So that's how you would see the analytic referrals. It would come from Google, and you will see people coming from your country. Christina says, sorry, I'm still learning how to use all the terminology. I'm using my personal name. I have already built a great relationship audience. I don't know if I had to set up new profiles in multiple networks or not. Christina, go ahead and set the profiles that you're lacking for a full IFTTT syndication networks, okay? And just stick with that. So probably you do not have a WordPress.com blog, or probably you didn't have a Tumblr.com. Open those accounts and start syndicating there, all right? Just open the websites that are lacking for your current efforts. So here are the guys. Here you have them. Hey guys. Bob says, are you going to offer the Mastermind IFTTT V2 as a bundle? Now here's the deal, Bob. You can actually join. First off, you'll need to join V2 anyways. But with that being said, you will then join the Mastermind, and we will cancel the payments, the recurring payments for V2. That means that you only paid one for V2. Okay, so if you join the Mastermind today, send a ticket to support@semanticmastery.com, and the guys will hook you up. Have in mind that you will need to pay for access to the videos, and then once you join the Mastermind, we will cancel the recurring payments for V2. Am I correct, Chris? Is that the way that we're doing things now?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool. All right, amazing. So we have like one more, probably?
Yeah, one more and that's it.
Okay, so David, Marco mentioned topical trust flow. How do you know when the site you put into Magexa Stake has high topical trust flow? How do you do that, Marco?
You have to be logged in for that. You have to have an account. That's the only way that you can get the topical trust flow metric.
Yeah. And Bob says, are there any good, easy methods of incorporating schema into our hosted sites, like plugin or themes? Bob, you have Yoast SEO will incorporate schema. Schema. Also, there's a plugin that's called All-in-One Rich Snippets, which will allow you to mark the data on each of those posts, and some themes will do that as well. But usually Yoast and that plugin makes a great job. So I think, guys, we are done. What do you guys think? I think it's our turn for a beer or something, right?
Yeah, that's all the time we have. And
okay.
You know,
all right, guys. So yeah, thanks a lot, everyone. Don't forget to. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just quickly to I don't know what his name is, but tell us Cambridge Electronics. You have to remember that Adam right now is away at the convention. You send in a ticket. Just give us time to get to it. We'll get you the URL so you can get logged in. If you haven't gotten your logins, we'll get it all straightened out. Just give us a bit of time. Yep. That's all.
Yes. And well, thank you, guys. Thank you. Don't forget to jump into V2. Okay, it's in the discount right now. Launch is up until Monday, and then we're cranking up the price. Okay, so it's a no-brainer. The value that you get is a no-brainer. So go ahead, IFTTT.com. Join the V2 madness. It's gonna be good. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Marco. It's been a pleasure.
Have a good
All right, man. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.